Good evening, everybody. Tonight on NCTV5, the season winding down to a huge climax. Tonight, week number 9, the Delta Panthers have come to Liberty Center to tangle with our Liberty Center Tigers. Well, Jimmy, Delta comes in at 4-4 and Liberty Center at 7-1, but those possibly can be misleading as far as the Panthers. They've played some pretty good football this year.
Yeah, exactly, Spike. Just depends on what game they bring to town. 15 miles up the road or hardly that. If they bring their A game, this could be a whale of a battle. Just a couple weeks ago, the Panthers stayed with the Archibald Blue Streaks in the offense war that they had deep into the fourth quarter, matching them point for point. So Delta is capable of really putting up some points. Also, the Tigers gave up 250 yards in the air last week. And, Delta might be thinking, well, we can pass too. Also, one more thing to slip in here, Delta has the league's leading rusher. So they do bring some potential and, some questions that have to be answered tonight by this playoff-bound Tiger team.
Yeah, for Delta, their running back, Adam Godsey, number 29, I believe. That's the man to key on for the Panthers. Aaron Betts, number 5, the quarterback. Those will be the two people to keep an eye on for the Panthers. Now, for Liberty Center, it's been a year of a few changes, some injuries, some growth, some healing, and now the Tigers are just about set where they want to be. I think everybody is back, that will be back.
Oh, Spike, there's been just a horde of Southmores that have filled in around the senior leadership that is provided, and the seniors were so honored tonight. We'll probably talk of them as the game unfolds. But this edition of Tiger football has surprised a lot of people. 7-1 is absolutely where they want to be, and for the most part, they've improved every week, Spike.
Yep.
There's been, some issues where they had some rough spots, and we're good to get out of town, out of Bryan, with a win under our belt. But during the course of a season, you'll have that. Yeah,
they had a few mistakes, but they overcame them.
But these Tigers are 7-1, and they're looking to playoffs now. They've got two formidable foes left, and if they can run the table, then isn't it likely they could host a playoff game?
Yeah, it's conceivable. And it's conceivable that they might not make the playoffs either. So Tigers need at least one win. But that's for the people later on to figure out. Tigers set to kick off. They win the toss and elected to defer. Long, high end-over-end kick taken at the 7-yard line, returned up that left side. A little bit of running room. Ball pops loose. It's a scramble, and I'm not sure. Liberty Center's got it.
Yeah.
They recover the fumble.
Okay, I don't know. Jacob Howard is who Landis is given credit for recovering that fumble, but how about Jake Clapp? Put the clamps on that tackle over there, and he might have been instrumental in helping to pop that ball out of there, Spike. So a great break from the Tigers right here on the kickoff.
All right, we'll set the Tiger offense as fast as we can. We've got number 62, Brandon Stacy, the center. Number 59, Gene Zinn at guard. Number 51, Alan Sharp at the other guard. Tigers line up in the wing tee right. McClory in motion, gives straight ahead to Reed, and Reed battles off that right side for about 4 on the play. Tackles on the left, number 76, Andrew Schwab. Number 58 on the right, Phil Miller. Wide receiver, Danny Irving. And tight end could be on either side, number 88, Adam Quigley. Patrick Brown, the quarterback. Perchlik, number 41 in the backfield, along with Reed, Brandon Reed, number 26. And right now, there's McClory in there as wingback to lead the blocking. They run him motion right. They go the left side. Reed out in the open, breaks a tackle. He's at the 15. He's at the 10. And finally hauled down around the 5-yard line. Tigers went with some power stuff between the guard and the tackle on the left, Zinn and Schwab. And a great cutback across the grain is Reed. And the Tigers down now to the first at the 5, first and goal.
Oh, good, strong running play there for the Tigers. And Brandon Reed ran right into a Delta, I think a linebacker or maybe a down lineman that was up, and the Delta guy didn't know what he had. I mean, he didn't try to wrap him up. He just banged into each other, and Reed advances the ball.
22-yard gain for Reed. Now they set up in the wing package to the right. Motion this way with McClory. Here is the give to Reed. Come right side, down the close, and he's in! He's in! It's a Tiger touchdown! Brandon Reed off the right side, that time behind Sharp, Miller, and Quigley, and they're in for the Tiger score!
Boy, talk about taking care of business, Spike. They got an opportune thing there with a fumbled run back for the Delta Panthers, and just a couple plays later they're putting it in the end zone, and that's what a playoff bound team needs to do.
Well, and there it is. The Tigers took advantage of a break, and in this game that's what you need. Now gonna go for 2. Just a quick drop, wide open, caught into the end zone, 2-point conversion, Jacob Perchlik.
Well, this looks like a polished Tiger offense, Spike. I mean, they came here ready to play. You know, oftentimes the first drive of either team, whatever, it takes a little while to get into the rhythm, but not this Tiger outfit. I mean, at this point in the season, you better not be messing with them. And they jumped all over that turnover and got a quick 8 points on the board.
Now, I love that formation because it was too hard to describe where everybody was at. You had wing backs, you had running backs, and everybody was in kind of a flurried spot, you know, a lot of different slot people.
For the conversion.
Yes, and Perchlik simply just waited. He was in kind of an inside slot. He waited for all the action up front to bang, crack, and bam, and then just waited, and then just kind of floated out into the wide open flats.
Yeah, exactly.
And of course, Brown hit him right on the money, and Perchlik made one of the most difficult catches of all, the ones that right to you, right in the bread
Yeah,
basket.
he watched that ball come right to him. And the Tigers are certainly more than one-dimensional on the conversion points. That Leighton Chambers is banged in on occasion streaks of 6 or 8 in a row.
Yeah,
on
10
the
in a
time
row there until a penalty. All right, we'll try to get our seniors for Liberty Center mentioned in here. Derek Hefflinger, number 3, a defensive back. McClory, one of the seniors, kicks off. Low line drive, taken at the 13-yard line. Return up the middle, and hit right away and snowed under. Wow, several Liberty Center Tigers in on that.
Yeah, Peter Perchlik, 81, getting off that. Jacob Clapp again, you know, and he's out there on special teams, instrumental in that fumble the first time Delta handled the ball. So Jacob Clapp's, he's all over the place when given the opportunity, Spike.
Brian Bush also in on that mess up. Tigers hold Delta inside the 30-yard line.
Great contrast in uniforms here, Spike. Black and white. Can't
There's
get
no question about. Now Delta comes out in a spread formation, trip receivers this way, scrambles away from one man, cuts it outside, a lot of running room, and we're going to have to depend on number 7, Damian Mays' speed to haul the quarterback down. Aaron Betts out across midfield.
Yeah, Aaron Betts showed real speed there, Spike. It just seemed like a pass play that sort of broke down, and he tucked that ball underneath, and I mean, he was really putting some yards on down.
Yep. Now, Delta is not necessarily a throwing team, but they will show you that formation. Tigers worked on containment, and I think that's the one big thing with Betts is you've got to just keep him contained. First and 10 for Delta on the Tiger 48. They run on the direct snap straight ahead, and a gain of about, 8 on the play. That'll put Delta down to around the Tiger 40-yard line.
Yeah, that was Betts again there, Spike. Number 5 there, Aaron Betts.
Well, an explosive Delta offense as it
That was 9?
As it showed itself
I can't believe it.
against Archibald. Now a little inside handoff, plenty of running room. Wow. And Delta runs that power back down to the 30-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 9 and another Panther first and 10.
Yep, Danny Irving on the stop there. He had help from another Tiger there.
So far, Delta's got a lot of people out in front of that running game.
Boy, they're kind of fooling the Tigers right now, Spike. It isn't just power ball. It's just we're just not quite where they decide to go.
I believe that was Zach Schindorf, number 24, that carried inside handoff. Lots of running room there, but the Tigers close quickly. But pick up maybe 3 on the play for the Panthers.
Yep. Alan Sharp and Jacob Perchlik on the stop there.
Well, that looked rather ominous, that old Southern Cal student body right.
Yeah.
With Schindorf toting the ball.
Yeah,
on that other play.
I was telling you before that he's got some Liberty Center connections. His mother was a student here at Liberty Center.
All right, 2nd and 7 on the 27. They're going to pitch wide, running room again, and finally hauled down by
Irving.
Patrick Irving.
Yeah, Danny Irving there.
Danny Irving, excuse me. Boy, another 1st and 10 and a Liberty Center timeout.
And they need it, Spike. They've got to talk about that a little bit. And I don't think Delta's blocking scheme has been anything special, but boy, we're just...
well, they're getting more people out
yeah.
in front at the point of attack, and we're not matching up quick enough. So,
Right.
Tigers will have, or excuse me, the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 on the Liberty Center 14-yard line. Now, let's go over that list of Tigers seniors here, this being senior night, the last home game of the year in the regular season, of course. Number 3, Derek Hefflinger, a 5'11 defensive back. Chad McClory, number 8. Chad, a nose tackle, a wing back, a full back, you name it. Jordan Perdue, number 9, senior defensive back, backup quarterback. Tyler Armstrong, defensive back for Liberty Center. Joe Bodenbender, number 27, a defensive back for the Tigers. Jacob Perchlik, linebacker, running back, number 41. Philip Miller, tackle, number 58. All right, the Panthers come to the line of scrimmage. Single setback, they give him, and he's caught behind the line of scrimmage. Smack-a-rito!
Yeah, Tigers right there in a big way. Joe Bodenbender, Perchlik, big 74 was up there. Derek Hefflinger came up from the deep secondary to make a stick there. So Brandon Neff on that.
Yep, Panthers ran to their offensive left and was met by a
set them back
whole
about
squadron of hungry Tigers.
Set them back a yard there, yeah.
All right, now Delta goes with that wide formation, 3 receivers to the far side, quarterback on a straight-ahead keeper. He's met there by Perchlik.
Yep, Jacob Perchlik.
And Jacob Howard in there on the assist.
Yep, and Andy Speece had his nose up there. So, quick coaching adjustments on the sideline. They may be telling some specific people to be looking, you follow that guy. If he's got the ball, then you get there.
We'll give him a short gain of 2 yards, 3rd down and 9. And Della comes out with same trip receivers to the far side. 1 protector back with a quarterback. 2-step, 3-step drop, fires over the middle, and that's tipped at the line of scrimmage, I believe, Jim. I believe somebody got a tip on that. That ball never did come down.
Yeah, that was well covered. I could see that. There was some 2 Panther receivers slicing across the end zone there, but there were 3 Tiger defenders.
Yeah, they had that
pretty well covered.
Well, now it comes up an interesting point here. Delta with a 4th and 9 on the 12.
Look like they're setting up for a field goal attempt
there.
there.
That will make it what appears to be a 29-yard field goal attempt. They've got 4 on the season. Well, the wind, though, is into the face. So this could get interesting. Delta sets up, good snap, good hold, kick is up, drives it straight. No, it's off to the right. Well, there you go. The ball got up in the air and didn't have enough. He had enough arm or leg strength, but the wind was too much.
Oh, out of the southwest, Spike, so that definitely would have had an effect on his kick there. And how about the Tiger defense stiffening up, which we've seen him do all season long,
But in this game in particular, the coaches called a timeout, and they talked to those guys.
Yes, it did, and that made the
difference.
difference.
Yeah, kind of readjusted assignments a little bit, and all of a sudden it's 4th and no gain after 3 plays, and they settle for a field goal attempt.
So the Tigers remain ahead 8-0 here with 7:37 left first quarter. Tigers with McClory in motion to this way. Here is the give, no play action. Oh my, Brown is sacked all the way back to the about the 11-yard line, 12-yard line they spot it. In that time, of course, as a lot of teams will, they will blitz. They will stunt. They will try to get penetration into the Tiger backfield, whether they run or throw. And so that's a big thing for the Tigers to overcome. But on the other hand, that's what they've been used to doing for years, right along with that wing T offense. So they spread out Irving to the far side. Perchlik lined up as a split out wide on this side. Now he goes in motion. Here is the give to Reed, straight ahead. Reed gets 5 of those yards back, and that'll bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it about 3 of those yards back. We'll call it 3rd down and a short 15 yards to go. Tigers need to get out to the 30-yard line.
Yep, number 2, Sean Sexton going in there, going to relieve Jacob Perchlik there in the backfield.
Yeah, they're going to probably look for more speed here. They may run a screen with Sexton, number 2 perhaps. Tigers have Irving spread out wide to the far side. Sexton in motion. They show blitz, and now that.
Adam Quigley, number 88, was getting into his blocking scheme just to count early, Spike, so that's going to cost him 5 yards.
And did you see how quick Delta was there to try to force the penetration? So that's what we're going to see. They're going to be a rambling, gambling type of defense tonight.
Yeah, their record is exactly 500. I don't know if you touched on that, but that's in the league and also in general.
4-4 in the league, 3-3, or 4-4 overall, 3-3 in the league. That's it.
Yeah.
All right, now Tigers with 3rd and 20, we'll call it. Sexton in motion, a problem in the backfield. Reed finally pulls it away, breaks loose. He did the 15, the 20, a lot of running room up the sideline. Makes a move, dives straight ahead and up to the 36-yard line on probably was one of the worst busted plays that I've seen since the inception of TV5.
Oh, that almost looked like the Keystone Cops. Here, I got it, you take it. No, I don't want it. And they stood there kind of back and forth, but they didn't fumble. And Brandon Reed, once he got the handle on the thing, he was going upfield.
Yes, they didn't get him wrapped up. They didn't get him wrapped up. And Brandon Reed, with some intensity, desire, and propensity, broke it loose.
Oh, how could you
for
expect
a 21-yard gain?
A first down out of a play like that, Spike? But
now
it occurred.
Reed with a good spin cut gets it up to about the 37, maybe a yard on the play. 5:43 and counting here in the first quarter. Boy, Jim, you're not going to get too many bigger breaks than that. Well, you will, but I mean, that was
but
from
you know
a field position standpoint, if nothing else.
Yeah, but Spike, you make your own breaks, and, think about the character of this team all season long. If something didn't work right, nobody got worked up about it. They just, okay, the next play, let's just do something else, and boy, they did.
All right, wing T set to the left. Give to Reed, the workhorse. Reed is hit behind the line of scrimmage, gets back maybe a half a yard on the play, and that'll bring up another 3rd down for the Tigers.
Yeah, 33 now going in the game there. That'd be Bush, Brian Bush. Reed getting a breather there.
Yeah.
Getting a little instruction from the coach. Well, it's 3rd and 6, Spike. To keep this drive alive, they need to convert here.
All right, double wing back set with Irving spread wide to the far side. Long count, quick straight drop by Brown. Has time, throws the home run ball, and finally falls incomplete. What a tremendous, ferocious battle down there between the defensive back and Irving.
Yeah.
Irving was not to be denied, but the defensive back stayed with him all the way and made a superlative defensive shot at the ball at the last second.
Yeah, he did. He had inside position, too, so for that pass to be more to Irving's liking, it would have had to have been higher and longer, But, boy, they scrapped for it. It was anybody's ball right there the whole play.
All right, Tigers set up in punt formation. Howard back. Howard with a beautiful spiraling kick That's going to angle Panthers all the way back to the 17-yard line, and he nosedives down right there. Bush,
Chad
and
McCoy.
and Irving all down there surrounding the return man. A return of only 4 yards.
You know, Spike, what I can't figure out is on a defer to start the game, you know, whether you take possession or not, the Tigers got to have the wind at their back, and they deferred. So, in other words, Delta, I think, made a bum pick. You wouldn't want the wind in your face, would you?
No, well, they deferred the choice.
I know it was their choice, but I'm just saying the...
well, that'll reverse itself.
Yeah.
That wind is going to be a factor later on. All right, now Delta in a spread formation, one protector. Quarterback rolls that way. Quigley on the chase, slows him down, hitting the backfield. Sturgarino!
Number 3, senior Derek Hefflinger.
Yep, assisted by number 27, senior Joe Bodenbender. Well, Quigley forced the quarterback to belly it a little bit farther, and then he had no choice but to turn it up into the waiting hands of Hefflinger, assisted by Bodenbender.
Yep, you know, Spike, you think about seniors perhaps playing their last game here in Tiger Stadium. They would really be fired up for this. I mean, they just...
All right, now the running play this way, hitting the backfield again. I believe that was probably Perchlick, number 41. What a job he did, knifing in through that offensive line, and to make the big hit, a gain maybe of half a yard on the play. So the Tigers perhaps finally forcing the hand of Delta slightly, and to take them out of that running game. Remember, as Jim mentioned earlier, Delta sports the league's leading rusher.
Yeah, Adam Godsey.
Yeah. Over 1,000 yards after 8 games.
Yep, a 6'1", 200-pounder senior for him can really pack that mail.
All right. Now we're going to get a whistle and a Delta timeout. All right, so at the 3:04 mark, period number 1, Liberty Center leads 8-0. Let me get the...
Oh, you need another senior there at least.
Yes,
there, Adam
the last
Quigley.
senior we didn't get to, number 88, Adam Quigley, plays nose tackle and tight end for Liberty. And now let's pay the bills. We've got our sponsors, the Porch Coaches, Rick Miller, Jesse Miller, Dave Moeller, Scott Slee, Todd Moeller, Chris Zacharias, Danny Brown, Mike Mann, Bob Shaddy, Jeff Huff, Jeff Spangler, Dave Silvas, Terry Bowers, Tim Bowers, and of course, Louie Miller. Also, we've got Dave's Auto Service with Dave Perry, right uptown. The Railside Meat Market with Bob Miller. Meat, cheese, and more with many assorted sundries with Bob, and the best meat prices in all of Northwest Ohio. And of course, Dan Hefflinger with a Maritime Realty, 39 years of service. On a shotgun on 3rd and 10. Fires upfield well over the head of the intended receiver. And that was number 82, Jacob Beverly.
Well, number 5 there, Aaron Betts rifled a nice ball, Spike. There just wasn't anybody anywhere near it.
Well, and if it was Wilt Chamberlain, perhaps they'd have made the catch. But ball was high, and the Tigers forced a 4th down.
Yeah, this is Tiger defense, you know, where they thwarted them anything they wanted to do. They're just plain stuffed it.
All right, Panthers back to punt.
Into the wind.
And Damian Mays sets up at his own 46. Low punt. That's going to take a nice Damian Mays bounce, but he's going to be hit right away around the 50-yard line. Now, while we're turning the ball over on possession here, I want to make some explanations. As some of you may have heard yet, or on our Brian broadcast, Jim and I, with a few philosophical differences, I had no choice but to fire Jim from any future TV5 broadcast. It was over, done. He was fired, canned, cut loose. But you've heard him tonight, so there is, of course, an explanation forthcoming. Tigers set up with a wing package to the left. They give it straight ahead to Reed. Reed off that right side, maybe gets a yard, and that's it. Delta all over that. Jim wanted back, and I wanted no part of him. That was it. It was done. After 11 years of teaming up, things had to come to an end. But Jim, in the wisdom beyond his years, knew my Achilles tendon. So tonight, He shows up, tells Tom Fry to stay back at the ranch. Jim shows up with 3 wonderful pies from Jerry at the truck stop, and now he's back in good graces. All right, give inside. I believe that's Sexton off the left side, picking up about about 3 tough yards. And Liberty now faced with a little more makeable 3rd and 6 at Delta's 46.
Having the ball across and in Delta's side of the field across the 50-yard line, Spike, one might think they might have 2 cracks at it here.
Yeah, I would say you're right. 4 down territory. Jim, I'll have to welcome you back. You made your bones. All right, Tigers with wing right. McClory comes to the short side. Here is the give behind, or to Perchlik behind McClory, and the Panthers again knife in there. They do a nice job. You know, down on the field before the game, I was forewarned, you won't see the Tigers doing much trapping, as is one of their favorite offensive schemes, because Delta simply spins well. They work to stop that very, very hard. There'll be a lot more power type plays and then sweeps.
Delta has a lot of quickness up and down the line of scrimmage there, Spike.
All right. Here's Howard. Again, a beautiful punt, end over end, taken right away at the 14, and brought down right away. I mean, like yesterday, Danny Irving. Danny Irving, sure-handed tackler. No return on the punt. 32 yards and no return for Jacob Howard. And that's great. The ball's down inside the 20-yard line.
Oh, it was an excellent kick. That's what you hope for every time your punter lines up, to pin him inside the 20.
All right, some trouble there. And that's a fumble.
Yep.
Tigers say they've got it. Yes, they do!
41, Jacob Perchlik on that.
Yep, now I lost the ball, but there was trouble between the quarterback and the running back on the exchange.
There was, and the quarterback had a look that I don't like it. It just wasn't good, but he didn't get down and get on the ball.
No, he looked for it,
right.
And that's all the farther he did.
Jacob Perchlik pounces on it, and here they are with another opportunity to make this turnover cash.
All right, wing right, now a straight drop on first down. Throws, and a good defense. You got to hand it to the Panthers.
Boy, that was
Tigers wanted some interference, but Nate Parsons, number 4, nailed Irving right at the exact second, and that forced an incomplete pass. Tigers showed some diversity, hitting or throwing on first down. Now Delta may think Tigers will throw again in 2nd and long, and then we may see just the opposite. Tigers run out of the tee, give to Reed. Reed off the right side, not much. He's going to pick up a couple. And according to the spot of the ball, they're going to go with that. That's close to the 10-yard line, so a solid 3 yards. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 7. And as Jim alluded to earlier, in 4 down territory.
No, they've got to come up with some points here. Getting the ball where they did there, just have to cash in on it.
All right, 3rd and 7 on the 11, 20 seconds to go, first period. Tigers in the wing tee to the right. Here's the deep pitch, Reed. Reed looks for running room, cuts outside, uses a straight arm and gets it down around the 6. It's going to be short of the first down, but Liberty Center in the driver's seat. And I believe time will run out as we spot the ball as we head into the 2nd period. All right, we'll get some more Tiger sponsors while we change ends. We've got the Tiger Shop with Bob Shaddy, and of course you can get your copies of each individual game there on DVD at the Tiger Shop. Those normally down there about 10 or so in the morning on Saturday. This last week in Bryan, there's going to be a version with music and a version with, of course, the play-by-play. Also, we've got Holgate Metal Fab with Jeff and Todd Spangler, KK Collision with Kyle Kern, state-of-the-art bodywork, also does diesel and regular work, and of course the paint jobs and wrecker service and a multitude of things. Lil and Ron Bruns with Rainbow Stitches, Henry County Bank with Bill Wendt, 6 locations throughout Henry County. Swanton Welding with the Zeider family. The Dugout with Steve and Catherine Parasini, as Steve also in the off-season does interior paint work. Hill Asphalt Paving with Randy and Patty Hill. Truckers Paradise with Lynn and Jerry Ripke, and of course it was Jim who picked up 3 wonderful pies there for tonight's game. Huntington Bank in Liberty Center, Speech Trailer Court in Liberty.
Here we go, Spike.
And the Consulting Group with Mark and Jody Bly. All right, double wide out set. They're going to power it straight ahead, I believe, with Perchlik. They're moving the pile. It's close. Wait a minute. Oh, man. Boy, that was a rugby scrum if I ever saw it. The Tigers kept the piles moving as they were straight up.
But it'll be a first down, and that was very key, Spike. I had to have a first down. It was a 4th and 3, and I'm sure we made her there. But yeah, they just moved that whole pile.
That was something to see. I mean, what a teamwork.
Yeah.
That was like.
All right, now 4 downs to make a yard.
The ball at about 1.5 yards away. Tigers with Sexton on the left, Perchlik on the right, McClory in motion. Give to Perchlik. He squirts, he dives, and he's into the end zone. It's another Tiger touchdown. Oh, Jimmy boy. Perchlik powered his way inside off the right side behind Alan Sharp. Brandon Stacy, the center, and Phil Miller, the tackle. What a job.
Yeah, and that was a good drive. They started, if you recall, just before the first quarter, ended on the 11-yard line of Delta. And it took a few plays, but they stayed right with it. And I think it'd be particularly fun to watch on the replay that scrum call or whatever that Sean Sexton was involved in to get him the first down.
All right, Tigers going for 2. Sexton in motion. They're going to give to Sexton. Tries to get outside, and the Delta Panthers won't have any of that. So the Tigers successful on 1 out of 2 PAT attempts. They lead it 14-0 with 11:34 left here in the second period. A couple of Delta turnovers. Tigers force a couple of breaks, or force 1 break, and take advantage of both, and that's what this game is all about, 14-0. Doc?
You get a sponsor, you get Andrew Bill, name of the line,
Okay, to get some more sponsors in here, we've got B.A. Miller & Sons Trucking with Norma Miller and family. L.R. Babcock Plumbing and Heating with Bill Tiplady, Dan and Francis Brown. Davis Farm Services in Delta and Liberty Center with Karen Howell. Pisanello's Pizza, home of the slice of pizza to go for $1 with Craig and Sherry Myers. Their buffet hours from 11 to 2 and 4 to 8. Miller Brother Trucking with Skip Miller. Mitchell Farm Equipment with Tom, Pat, Barb, and Mike Mitchell. Meyer Badenhop Insurance Agency with Glenn Badenhop in the Napoleon office. Bob and Marge Jurassics in the Liberty Center. And of course, Ken and Robin Carpenter and John Slagle in the memory of good old Donnie Sharp and those stinking rotten, no good yellow flags. Another good kick by McClory back to the 12. Uh-oh. I believe Howard may get nailed for a face mask as he tried to bring down the return man.
I don't know if he got a face mask, but he's had his hands up around the helmet, and they always flag that. But he fought his block off to even be able to make a play on that. Jacob Howard did. I don't know that he actually,
I'm not sure.
you know, you can
that
bump
may be
somebody.
against Delta. One of the, Casey Moeller, the defensive coordinator, is telling Liberty to accept the penalty.
Yeah,
But,
all right.
Well, we haven't. Here we go. Yeah, they're
Because-
going to walk it off against Delta. Jimmy, you
Exactly.
were right. It was incidental, the
Right.
the grab that Howard had up around the face gear.
Well,
you saw it correctly.
he was trying to tackle the man, and he didn't. His hand might have gone across the back of his helmet, but
okay.
no real play there.
Well, after the hold, now
Delta in a big hole again here,
Yep,
Spike.
all the way back to their 11-yard line. They're going to give it off the right side. Tigers give ground grudgingly, maybe up to about the 14. We'll call it a gain of 3.
Yep. Senior Derek Hefflinger just coming in there and sticking it from the secondary position there, Spike.
Yeah, that kid has always been a player with a lot of heart, a lot of fortitude, You know, not the
Yeah.
largest player on the team, but certainly will deliver a good thrashing blow.
Yeah, well, he's playing linebacker there, but I mean, he just puts his nose right on the ball.
Now the give. No, quarterback on a keeper. He gets outside, stays on his feet, breaks one tackle, and finally will be knocked down.
Heflinger
Brandon
there.
Neff, number 74, tripped him up. Heflinger to polish him off.
Yep, Damian Mays also on that, but a knifing run is certainly going to move the sticks in a big way. When that quarterback tucks it under his arm and goes, Spike, that's about their best offensive play thus far.
Yeah, he's pretty quick. And so far, you know, with the Tigers' great pursuit, that time they got caught inside again, and that's the one thing that could be the Tigers' Achilles tendon. 1st and 10, Delta with the ball at the 29, 18-yard gain. They try to go right up the middle with it, and some good maneuverability by the running back is the only reason they picked up positive yardage. Tigers had that at one time stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
But a gain of about a long 5 on the play, and the Panthers now getting out away from their goal line, and they're trying to establish themselves back into this game.
Yep, Jordan Purdue and Damian Mays teamed up to make that last stop there, Spike. But as you say, 2nd and 5, better position for the Panthers.
All right, from their own 34. 2 wide receivers to this side, nobody wide on the other side. They go that way, cut back across the green, not much there, and Alan Sharp, number 51, from some backside pursuit, helped run him down.
Yep. Jordan Purdue, I want to give him credit for fighting off of his block and keeping that play inside, you know, rather than letting him bounce to the outside. Made a good, strong play there.
Yeah, I think Perchlik was also one of the initial hitters. But the Panthers have 3rd down, a dangerous 3rd down and 1. They have the ball at their own 38. 9:30 left in this second quarter. Tigers lead at 14-0. Quick hitter up off inside the right side for Delta, and that's going to be a gain of maybe 2, but enough for that 1st down.
Well, you talk about a guy coming to maturity this season as a sophomore there, and there's many of them, Spike, but Alan Sharp there playing inside linebacker there. I mean, he's in on a lot of action, just being a young guy, but he's strong and tough.
Yeah, and we'll see a lot more of him in the next 2 years to come. Now they run the deep pitch right. Out there is
Quigley.
Spees. Quigley holds him down from behind. Superlative effort there by Adam Quigley. Andy Spees came up from his deep defensive back position and put a good lick in there along with Quigley, slowing him down from behind.
Yeah, and they want the local announcer wants to give Purdue credit there too, but Quigley was primary there.
Back to throw, gets it off in time, and it's going to be caught. Uh-oh. And finally brought back. He ended up running backwards and lost about 5 yards on the play. I believe that receiver came from the far side and run a deep slant pattern.
You know, Spike, the cover guys for the Tigers there were so intent on trying to scramble to get around the receiver, they never saw the pass, because that was a ball that took a long time to get there. I think they could have picked that, but they didn't. They weren't.
Yeah, they must not have picked it up in
No,
time.
they didn't
Exactly,
see it.
I agree. All right, now Delta in business. They've got the ball on the Tiger 44. 8:08 to go, second period. They show a wing back package to the right. Now the deep pitch behind that package.
Quigley
and
over
Quigley
there.
out there all over that to bring him down.
You know,
Quigley battled through the interference to make the hit.
You know, Big 88 has deceptive speed, Spike. We've seen him from his tight end position make a couple of good catches of the football when we needed a pass. You know, slips out there, and people aren't looking for him being a wide receiver or anything. And boy, he's got good hands. But
Yes, and he's quick.
I know, and on defense, he just plain hunts him down.
He has really came into his own as a football player, especially once he got 2 or 3 games under his belt this year, getting nothing but better. 2nd and 8, they try to go up the right side. Not a thing going there at all. The Tigers chew it up and spit him out. Wow, a very favorable left-footed spot here. Wow. Oh, boy.
Man,
I thought they
man.
had him stop the full yard farther back. Nevertheless, a great defensive play.
Yep. Still 3rd and 8, so
Jim,
Tigers are ready.
Did you get anybody specifically on that last tackle?
No.
I mean, there were like 6 Tigers in
Yep,
there.
yep.
All right, wing package, the play action, drops back, throws, short pass incomplete. It would have been well short of the first down, and it didn't matter anyway because Damian Mays riding into the wind. Butler's going to have a field day bringing him down.
Yeah, Quigley and Alan Sharp applying some pressure, and Quigley got to him. Quigley crunched him good.
A little after the fact.
Well, you know, it was all a doable thing, but he really said hello to the quarterback right up close and personal.
Yeah, well, Panthers are going to show a punt formation. They trail by 2 scores with only 6:48 left in the half, but with the wind at their back, they may be hoping for to pin the Tigers deep. So a low, kind of weak punt, and that is going to come down just inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, he was angling for the coffin corner, but should have worked more on technique, getting some air under that ball and tried to control it a little bit. Certainly off the side of his foot, not what he wanted.
Yeah.
So a reasonable field position. Tiger defense holds, and they're going to start with a reasonable position here, Spike.
Yeah, only a 24-yard punt, and I'm sure that's not what the Panther brass was looking for. Tigers set up with a wing package to this side, the right side. They give it to Reed. Reed with little running room picks up maybe a yard off the right side. Like I said, the Tigers sticking more with the straight ahead stuff against this wily and shifty Panther defense. 6:22 and clock running. Tigers with a 2nd and 9 on their own 18. They lead at 14-0. Both scores set up by turnovers. Wing package to this way. Play action pass. Brown has time, goes deep for Irving. And caught by Irving at the 50. Irving finally hauled down inside the 40. And yes, we do have a penalty. That should be interference on the defender, but that will be declined as the Tigers come up with a haymaker blow.
Yeah, a good, great concentration there by Danny Irving. Focus on that ball, and that Delta receiver, for my money, was in there arm fighting him before and during the pass, which is a no-no.
Yep.
But Irving just focuses on that ball and ends up catching it.
Unofficially a 44-yard pitch and catch and run from Brown to Irving. Now, Danny Irving is the mastermind of hands and eye coordination as he fought through that arm grabbing him, and he hung on to that bobbling football. That means tons for a receiver.
Oh, that'd be hard to do, Spike. There's just no question about it.
All right, McClory spread wide this way. They're going to give it to Reed. Reed diving up inside, down to about the 35. Maybe 2 on the play.
Yeah. Spike in high school, a cover guy and a receiver, offensive receiver, they can run into each other, and if it's incidental contact, no big deal. But you go getting the arms involved, and then somebody's got to get flagged then.
Yep. Very true. Now Irving spread wide to the far side. McClory on the short side here, and they're going to fake it. No, give it to Reed again. Reed will get down maybe only a yard. That'll bring up 3rd and 6 for Liberty on Delta's 35. 5:11 remaining here in this first half. Tigers lead 14-0, and they certainly are going to look to score here. We've had a couple of A plays. Now we may dig into that offensive bag of tricks. Mays, the wideout on the far side. He's looking for Mays on an out pattern. He's there. He grabs it at the 28. Makes a great little cut. Stays on his feet. Gets down to the 22-yard line. And a Tiger first down.
You know, that's an excellent route by Damian Mays. You think of all the area to the sideline he had, and he could have been out there doing anything, but he knew about where his quarterback was coming with the ball, so it had to be an understandable route for Patrick Brown, and they connected just in
Yep.
fine style there.
A nice little out route. I think he did that little fake inside. The defender bit, and he was wide open. 15-yard gain down to the 21-yard line. Tigers have Perchlik and Reed in the backfield. Give straight ahead to Reed, and Reed nosedives down inside the 20. A left-footed spot again. Well, not so bad, I guess. Reed picks up 3, a short 3 yards.
You know, the Tiger offense here, Spike, particularly during this drive, and we've seen it all season long, are apparently nonplussed with what the down marker says or the yards to be gained. They just, go about their business and take it up to the line of scrimmage and then pull out a plan and then execute it perfectly.
All right, Damian Mays motion this way. Quigley tight end on the far side. There comes Reed. Reed off the right side. Reed again hurdles himself low and hard inside the 15-yard line, and the Tigers continue to move the football. And this is great because they continue to soften Delta up on the inside. The Panthers have to respect that power stuff inside, and all of a sudden then they flip it out to Damian Mays a couple plays ago, wide open in the outside flat area.
Yeah, a good, well-constructed drive here.
Reed on the left, Perchlik on the right. Quarterback drops back. Brown fires. He's got a man out there, and they battle for it. And I believe...
Delta.
Oh, what a battle. A great play. Irving pleading his case. You don't see Danny Irving say much. They came down together with the ball. Normally that goes to the offense, but perhaps the Panthers, wrested it away. And so a pick on actually a pretty good toss into coverage, and the Panthers stave off the Tiger drive. 3:06 to go in the half. Tigers still ahead, 14-0. Delta dodges a big bullet.
Oh, they did. Tigers, if they'd have hung another one up there, that'd have been 3 scores with a goose egg to go with it there.
All right, Panthers now going the other way, away from the trip receiver set. Quarterback picks up about 6 on the play. They showed the 3 receivers. Tigers brought 3 defenders out, but Spieth read the play and cut inside, chasing the ball down. Of course, they ran too far away. Had they cut back, he'd have been there waiting. But they saw something there, and Della really hasn't made a lot of use of those trip receiver sets.
Yep. Well, look for anything out of Delta's playbook.
All right, Tigers with 2 defenders out here against the 3 receivers. They drop back, they throw to the other side, caught out there, and it's going to be enough for a first down for Delta. Clock stops, 2:27, and the Panthers have the ball up over the 35.
Yeah, Andy Spieth on the tackle, took his legs off from under him, but as you say, a moves the sticks and a fresh set of downs for the Panthers.
Yeah, now it's interesting. The Tigers only had 2 receivers out here. Delta didn't even look this way. Here again, the Tigers leaving themselves a man short. Now they throw underneath, and Damian Mays steps up and makes a great open field hit.
Oh, he did. Number 82 for the Panthers was trying to block him, but Damian wasn't paying any attention to that. He says, I'm going for the tackle, and he did.
That play may have come from the Delta coaches upstairs. They did try to exploit the Tiger 2 defenders, but Damian Mays, as he's shown so many times, makes another good open field play.
Well, that makes you uncomfortable. You got to get him covered here.
All right, out of shotgun, and Stagarito!
Alan Sharp knifed in there and got a piece of that.
Boy, what a job there. What a job. Now the clock is at 1:39. We've got a Delta timeout. They're going to have a 3rd and 8 from their own 40-yard line when we return. I want to mention Adam Quigley, number 88, is his birthday today on senior night. And the lines on the field, Tiger Paw, nice job there. That done by Andrew Hill today. Andrew, let's see here, the son of Randy and Patty Hill from Hill Asphalt Paving. All right, just about set to go here. The Panthers, after their own timeout, come to the line of scrimmage. Betts back in shotgun. Double receiver set to either side, 1 protector back. Long count. Now fakes the quick. They run a little Statue of Liberty the other way. And a great open field hit there again by Damian Mays.
Makes it 4th down and probably 3 or 4 here, Spike. So,
Boy, now there was a great call. The Panthers had the Tigers strung out the wrong way, and Damian Mays saved a huge gain.
yeah, he tried, the quarterback made a motion as if he was passing the ball and slid the ball off to his back, coming back the other way. But
Wow.
got sniffed out by the Tigers.
For those of you that may be out there listening on 92.9 to this live broadcast of our normally tape-delayed broadcast on TV5, we've got pie up here, so any of you guys that can pick this up, hustle up here. We've got a few pieces left. I heard somebody over there beller they wanted it.
That might have been Joel Miller for WNDH.
Could have been Gene Grime, I think, covering the game. All right, here we go with a minute 20 clock stop. Delta again in punt formation.
It's good pie, too.
Ball at the 44. Back to the 30, and that's partially blocked. Ball loose. Hefflinger there scoops it up, and he's hit immediately.
A minute and 14 seconds, and the Tiger offense going out there with a list of plays to run, Spike. I'm thinking they're going to try and turn this into a 2-minute drill.
Well, and you know, we did that last week, and it ended up costing us a touchdown. But on the other hand, you know, you've got to get into that 2-minute stuff when you can.
Well,
you
exactly.
never know when you may need it.
Yeah, it's exactly the case. This is just good practice. There's a minute and 14 ticks on there. Get out there and do something with it.
All right, they're going to run with the wing set with Irving spread wide to this side. Deep pitch to Reed. Reed breaks through, slips one tackle, and skinnies his way ahead down to the 45-yard line, a gain of 8 for the Tigers. Clock running, 1:02. Brown gets the call from Coach Lindgren on the sideline. Call is made. Tigers will come to the line of scrimmage.
Tigers have at least a timeout to go.
Yeah, I think they've got 2 left. Reed on the left, Perchlik on the right. Back is Brown, throws deep, and that is going to be out there. It's caught! It's caught! Holy mackerel, what a grab! What a grab!
Chad McCloy!
Chad McCloy!
Boy, what a nice touch. You know, you got to love a quarterback. Now, he got picked on his last series. You know, he went for the end zone there a little bit, got picked, but he's still out there, and he says, yeah, I can lay it in there, and it's exactly what he did. Put it right where Chad McClory could get it.
Chad McClory with one tremendous set of hands, not known as what you would think of as your prototype wide receiver, but making a huge play.
And
Tigers knocking on the door here from the 5. Here's the give to Reed. Ball loose, and I don't think they're going to allow the touchdown. That's going to be close. Here's where you need
now wait a minute.
replay.
He was in.
Yeah, he obviously, to me, broke the play.
He was a couple yards deep in the end zone, and then lost the ball, let go of it. The ball flies out, and now they're going to give it to Delta. And that doesn't work, Spike. He crossed the end zone. He was in the end zone a couple yards at least.
It sure looked that way from here. Now, I don't know how they could have missed something that obvious, so perhaps maybe he didn't make it. But you would have thought there should have been at least 2 guys on the line of.
Yeah, it's true. Well, we've got a poor angle on it, so what we're seeing is what really is may not be.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I thought he was in, but wow, a tough break for Liberty Center, an interception in the end zone on a battle for the ball, and now Reed from 6 yards out appeared to be in the end zone, but the fumble is turned over to the Panthers.
22 seconds to go.
Now, you may say Liberty Center is somewhat lucky because they took advantage of 2 Delta turnovers and got short fields. However, the Tigers have had 2 what appeared to be scores taken away, so the breaks average themselves out perhaps.
Yeah.
Tigers lead it 14-0, 22 seconds left in this half.
Boy, go back to Chad McClory's catch to set him up down there close, and he was covered. I mean, the guy was right on him. They were just almost bumping each other, and yet he focused on the ball.
Yes, I mean, that was great. Now back to throw, throws a home run ball. Irving there, ball tipped, and it'll fall harmlessly incomplete. Great job by Spies.
Yeah.
Once the ball is hit, that receiver's fair game, and Spies immediately tackles him.
Yep.
You know, he could have made a grab out there after it was tipped, but Spies took him out of that. So 15 seconds, clock stop. Delta with a second down and 15 from their own, we'll call it the 15-yard line. Well, Tigers just, as long as they can stay away from any major meltdown here, and the Panthers are just going to down the football. Delta, fortunately for their own sake, only trail by 2 scores heading into the half. Well, if we get a chance, Jim, we'll look at Brandon Reed run over again, and we'll see if we can't find something later on. But, as we said, the score at the end of the first half, Liberty Center 14, Delta 0. We'll be back with the band.
Will be in the nursing program at Owens Community College. Brandy Ernstberger. Brandy is escorting her parents, Toby and Becky Ernstberger. Brandy is a 3-year varsity cheerleader. Her future plans include attending a college close to home with a major in the field of arts. Tabitha Good. Tabitha is with her parents, Matt and Kathy Good. Tabitha has been a cheerleader all 4 years of high school. After high school, Tabitha plans to attend the Perrysburg Beauty Academy. Megan Geyer. Megan's with her parents, Tamara Knapp and Jeff Geyer. Megan is a 4-year member of the Liberty Center Band. Her future plans including attending Northwest State to earn a degree in nursing. Chelsea Hartman. Chelsea is being escorted by her parents, Lyle and Kathy Hartman. Chelsea is a 4-year band member. Her future plans include attending the Agriculture Technology Institute with a major in ag business. Autumn Herman. Autumn is with her parents, Paul and Amy Herman. Autumn is a 2-year member of the band. After high school graduation, Autumn will be attending Northwest State to be a registered nurse or a vet tech. Andrew Hessen. Andrew is with his parents, Nathan and Danette Hessen. Andrew is a 4-year member of the varsity golf team. His future plans include attending Owens Community College to study golf course and turf grass management. Caitlin Hochgrave. Caitlin is escorting her parents, Jeff and Ruth Hochgrave. Caitlin is a 4-year band member. Next fall, Caitlin will be attending a 4-year college to major in education. Kyle Hurd. Kyle's with his parents, Neil and Connie Slagle. Kyle is a 3-year member of the band. Kyle's future plans including attending Bowling Green State University with a major in photography and a minor in journalism. Kristen Sell. Christina is with her parents, Dean and Carrie Mazzo. Christina is a 4-year band member. In the future, Christina will be attending an undecided college to major in oceanography. Nicole Kelly is the daughter of the late Loretta Kelly and is escorted by her father, Wayne Kelly. Nicole has been in the band all 4 years of high school. She will be attending Northwest State with a major in early childhood development. Neil Kraft. Neil is escorting his parents, Neil and Leanne Kraft. Neil is a 4-year band member. His future plans to include attending a 4-year college with a major in music composition. Rebecca Leatherman. Rebecca is with her parents, Peter and Victoria Leatherman. Rebecca is a 4-year member of the band and a 2-year cross-country team member. Her future plans include attending the University of Northwestern Ohio with a major in agribusiness. Katie Lilovic. Katie's with her parents, Colleen Lilovic and Dave Clapp. Katie is a 2-year member of the cross-country team. After graduation, she will be attending an undecided college, majoring in exercise science. Scott Leyden. Scott is with his parents, Thomas and Mary Leyden. Scott has been in band all 4 years of high school. Scott plans to enter the armed services after high school. Jared Manival. Jared with his parents, Jared and Kim Manival. Jared is a 4-year member of the golf team. His future plans including attending a 4-year college with a major in computer engineering. Carissa McCready. Carissa is with her parents, James and Lucy McCready. Carissa has been a member of the band all 4 years of high school. Next fall, Carissa would like to attend VGSU or the University of Akron with a major in graphic design and a minor in culinary arts and voice. Matt Miller. Matt is escorting his parents, Hal and Dorothy Miller. Matt is a 2-year band member. Matt plans to attend Owen Community College with a major in engineering. Alyssa Overmeyer. Alyssa is with her parents, Jim and Pam Overmeyer. Alyssa has been a band member all 4 years of high school. She will be attending Bowling Green State University to study graphic design, commercial arts, and advertising, then transferring to an undecided college for advertising. Guys, keep it down over there. Bethany Patton. Bethany with her parents, Courtney and Karen Patton. Bethany has been a varsity cheerleader for 3 years and is one year member of the band. After high school, she will be attending a 4-year college to major in pre-med. Brittany Rhodes. Brittany is escorting her parents, Bob and Rose Rhodes. Brittany is a 4-year member of the band. Her future plans including attending an undecided college with a major in early childhood education. Joseph Shinsky. Joey is with his parents, Joe and Dee Shinsky. Joe has been in band all 4 years of high school. After high school, he will be attending the University of Northwestern Ohio with a major in automotive technology. Elizabeth Snyder. Elizabeth is with her mother, Lori Snyder. Elizabeth is a 4-year member of the band. After high school, she will be attending college with a major in public affairs and image management. Kayla Schwartzlander. Kayla is with her parents, Michael Schwartzlander and Stacy Buchanan. Kayla is a 4-year member of the band. Kayla will be enlisting in the Air Force in May to be an aviation technology specialist. Bailey Tico. Bailey is escorting her parents, Brian and Becky Tico. Bailey is a 4-year member of the band. Next fall, Bailey will be attending Owens Community College, majoring in criminal justice. Alex Warner. Alex is with his parents, Dan and Kathy Warner. Alex has been a drummer in the band all 4 years of high school. His future plans include attending Owens Community College to major in CAD. Tyler Armbruster. Tyler is escorting his mother, Dawn Thompson. This is Tyler's first year of football. After high school, Tyler would like to attend the University of Northwestern Ohio to study business management. Joe Bodenbender. Joe's with his parents, Terry Bodenbender and Diane Johnson. Joe has been a part of the football team all 4 years of high school. He plans to attend the University of Toledo with an undecided major. Jordan Perdue. Jordan's with his parents, Todd Perdue and Amy Perdue. Jordan is a 4-year member of the football team. His future plans including attending a 4-year college with a major in education. Derek Hefflinger. Derek is escorting his parents, Chad and Julie Hefflinger. Derek is a 4-year member of the football team. After high school, Derek will be attending Ohio State University with a major in engineering. Chad McClory. Chad is being escorted by John and Candy Babcock. Chad is a 3-year member of the football team. His future plans include attending a 4-year college with a major in early childhood education. Philip Miller. Philip is with his parents, Jeff and Susan Miller. Philip is a 4-year member of the football team. His future plans are undecided, but he would like to pursue an engineering career. Jacob Perchlik. Jacob is escorting his parents, Joseph and Deanna Perchlik. Jacob is a 4-year member of the football team. After high school, Jacob will major in political science at an undecided college. Adam Quigley. Adam's with his parents, Bill and Carrie Quigley. This happens to be Adam's 18th birthday. Happy birthday. Adam is a 4-year football team member. His future plans include majoring in criminal justice. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give these seniors a nice round of applause. Thank you.
Okay, as we get set for second half action, we'll give you a quick rundown on the stats. First downs was Delta 7, Liberty Center 6. Delta had 5 rush, 2 in the air. Liberty Center 3 and 3. Yardage-wise, Delta had a slight edge over Liberty, 105 yards in rushing for Delta, 96 for Liberty Center. But in the through the air, the Panthers only had 25 yards of aerial offense. Tigers hit 100 exactly. So total yardage in the first half, 196 for 7 yards of play for Liberty Center on 28 plays. And Delta with 130 yards, 66 less, and they averaged 4.5 yards per play. Delta had 2 fumbles that they lost, and Liberty Center had 1 fumble that they lost. Average punts, Delta averaged 21 yards, and Liberty Center 34 yards a punt. Liberty Center on 3rd down conversions, 2 of 6. Delta 1 of 5. Liberty Center 1 of 1 on 4th down conversions. Leading tacklers for Liberty Center, Damian Mays with 5, Alan Sharp with 5, and Perchlik with 5. Purdue had 4. Now a driving kick. What a grab there at the end zone. Oh, they're going to call it a touchback.
Yep, but that's okay. I mean, since they were really covering good, we'll get the ball on the 20-yard line for sure. Otherwise, he'd had to weave his way up through interference, Spike.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking he was okay to have flagged that ball down. With a little wind behind that kicker, Delta really got into that kickoff.
Boy, did he ever. Damian Mays made a tremendous athletic effort there to keep that. The wingback on this side. Here is the give to Perchlik. Perchlik has a little bit of a seam and battles his way up to the 25-yard line. A solid 5 down here in the second half. Other tacklers, Howard, McClory, and Hefflinger all had 3 tackles. Quigley and Spiess each had 2, and Clapp and the center for Liberty Center, Brandon Stacy, had 1. All right, Tigers come out in the same formation. 2nd down and 5, and now the Tigers have the play blown dead right at the snap.
I think that's going to cost the Tigers 5 yards on that. A little twitch there.
Okay, I didn't pick it up anywhere, but boy, Jim, you look back at that first half, we got a couple of breaks. We forced a fumble, turned it into a score, and then
statistically looked like Delta was there. You know, they had one drive where they did drive the field, but then the Tigers called a timeout and then shut them down on about the 10, 12-yard line.
Yeah. All right, that gives to Sexton, and now Delta again. They are going to make sure they try to take the run away from Liberty Center, and with holding Liberty to 95 yards in the first half, they've done a fair job of it. So now Liberty is faced with a 3rd and 9 from their own 21, and into the wind. You know, Liberty with that 2-touchdown lead, it could have been bigger, but a couple of big plays by Delta kept them out of the end zone.
Yep,
so now
what it boiled down to, Spike, was those 2 turnovers that the Tigers got off with the Panthers. They stuffed them in the end zone. Otherwise, there'd be no scores up there.
All right. Play action.
Penetration.
Did not work. A loss of 6 yards all the way back to the 15-yard line, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, penetration by the Delta line there. Nobody put a block on that guy, and he just nailed Patrick Brown as he was, swinging to his right, ready to make for a pass.
All right, now 4th down, punting into the wind. Howard gets off a wobbler, and that's going to hit somewhere around Liberty's 45-yard line. So into the teeth of the wind, a 30-yard punt. Now they're going to mark it at the 43. So a 28-yard punt into the wind. Now the Tigers defense is going to find out what they're made of. This is going to be some tough sledding here.
Yeah, there's no question. Delta probably made some adjustments at halftime, and they're going to think with this kind of field position that they're going to get a drive going.
All right, with their own version of the wing team, motion now comes this way, and they're going to give to that back. They're going to send the kitchen sink out there, and Spiess with the first hit down low around the ankles, but the ball carrier, that's their featured running back. Oh, where we have it here, number 29.
Adam Godsey. Yeah, he's a guy that's been getting all the yardage. For Delta on the ground through the course of the season to this point, Spike.
2nd down and 4, give off the right side, and he's got more than enough yards for the first down. That ball inside now the Tiger 30-yard line. So the Panthers with great field position in their first possession, and they've picked up a first down And not looking as good as it did. And here comes a weapon for the Tigers. Damian Mays comes up a little gimpy. In to replace him, Brian Bush, number 33. Well, the Tigers are going to need some kind of a defensive stop here. Delta lines up a guy wide to that side. They're coming right on.
There you go.
Holy
There it is.
mackerel! Who's that fight train number 51? Alan Sharp? Or was it Perchlik?
Yeah, Perchlik, 41.
Kapow!
Yeah. Yes, sir. 41 met him right there at the line of scrimmage and says, "You're going the other way, and I'm taking you there."
Boy, oh, man. He got him up around the numbers, and he literally popped him back. So the clock running, 8:45 here in the third period. Delta comes to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 9 at the Tiger 28. Wide out to the far side, wing back set to the left. Look for him to come this way, Jimmy. Yep, they pitch, they're coming this way, and a great job by Hefflinger!
Hefflinger, and I think his partner, Berdue's going to get up from there. No, McClory.
Wow.
Chad McClory.
Yep,
Chad
Alan
McClory
Sharp
and-
in the area, but what a play by Hefflinger.
Yeah, knife through there and saw what was going on. And
What
well,
a play. The Tiger defense stiffening now. That a loss of about 3 on the play. Oh, man. That Hefflinger is one tough cookie. All right, 3rd down, and we'll call it 13. The ball back at the 32-yard line of Liberty Center. Delta needs to get to the 30, to the 20 for a first down. Play action. He's got a man out there. He's covered. Now they throw shorter and caught.
he didn't hang on to it, or did he?
Oh, well,
You know, they're marking a spot. Are they out there?
yeah, they marked it as a completion after the hit. Damian Mays, after that ankle getting bummed up, back in there. Boy, now they threaded a needle there. They dropped it over the top, and it got down into the hands of the receiver, and the Panthers have a 1st and 10 at Liberty's 14-yard line.
That was-
7:35, clock running.
Spike, that was a well-thrown Panther ball, and we did not get any pressure on him that particular play either. Nobody put a good rush on him.
Well, Panthers with a golden opportunity here to get back in the game. Wide receiver far side. Here is the give up the middle, and not much there. Perchlik slows him down. A great second effort.
Yeah, they had him at the line of scrimmage there, but he was able to bounce through that and
Boy,
just
and
kept
he-
on driving.
And he got all of that on the spot. So now down to the 10, a gain of 4 on what looked to be maybe about a half a yard gain at first. So the Tigers will have to look for a way to dig in again. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for Delta on the 10-yard line. A wide out to this wide side over here, wing T to the right. Now man in motion to the left. They give to the second back, looks for running room, gets down inside the 10, down to about the 7 on the dive play. It'll be 3rd down, and we'll call it 3 to go.
All right, Delta laying some blocks on those Tigers, Spike. But but the Tigers are fighting, and we've seen the Tigers defend their goal line like this several times during the course of the year. I mean, if Delta gets one, they're going to have to earn it.
Yeah, now somebody for the Panthers getting helped off the field. Haven't been able to pick up
No,
his
can't
number
get
as
that
of
number
yet.
there. Huh? 24?
We may not see him again for a while
That's,
because they've got him clear off his
boy,
feet.
they are. They're wheeling that guy.
All right, no, things get tight here. 3rd and 3, ball at the 7. The Panthers come out with a double wide out to the far side. They give it to that first back through. Nice his way, twists and spins, and he's going to be close. That should be enough for the first down. Panthers will have a 1st and goal on the about the Tiger 3-yard line.
All right, a couple Tigers had him right there at the line of scrimmage, but just could not get him stopped, Spike.
Boy, can you imagine this team if they'd have had Vickers?
Yeah,
and of course his younger brother.
True enough,
Holy
Spike. They
moly.
were a formidable force last year with Mike Vickers at the helm and
All right.
his sons.
1st and goal, motion coming this way. Give to the second back. He bores for the goal line, stays on his feet, and finally gets into the end zone. It's a Delta Panther touchdown.
Yep, Tigers fought hard there. I mean, he had the angle, but Tigers stuff it there along the goal line, but
couldn't hold him out, Spike. So Panthers in, makes it a 14-6 game at the moment.
Yeah, number 29, Godsey, their rusher that got into the end zone there, and their leading rusher, as we've mentioned already earlier in the broadcast, he is a relentless type runner. He just doesn't stop, and it takes the second and third man to haul him down.
Well, no question about him being a very strong fellow there.
Kick is up, and it is good. So, at that 5:47 mark, we've got a very determined Delta Panther team. They've come battling back, and they've made the score now 14-7.
Yeah, Tigers right to start the second half, Spike, kind of sputtered. They received the ball, and from their own 20-yard line, it was 3 and out after a few losses, and the defense wasn't able to keep Delta out. So momentum clearly with the Panthers from up north right now.
Yeah, and boy, you look back now and those 2 haymaker touchdowns that we didn't get, those 2 that would have really put this thing on ice, or practically, when we didn't get them, you know, those now all of a sudden, instead of a 4-touchdown, then a 3-touchdown lead, now down to 1.
Yeah, exactly. That does loom large, Spike. And, you know, thinking and getting Landis Burmeister there to replay that a little bit to see. Brandon Reed was not in the end zone. He wasn't. He was close, but probably a good call there by the refs. And it was a fumble into the end zone, and thereby a touchback when Delta recovered.
All right, well, just a little bump in the road for the Tigers. Now they'll just have to depend on their own resiliency and ability to answer the bell. Back deep is Mays and Spiess, actually inside or into the end zone itself. Oh boy, what a kick. Mays is going to let that go over his head. It hits about 7 yards deep in the end zone. Jim, that's as good a kicker as I've seen for many, many, many years. In fact, I don't remember. I'm sure there's been, but I don't remember a kicker that
was consistently banging her in the end zone there.
Yes.
Yeah, well, now he had a little tailwind, Spike. We look at the flag there, and there's a pretty good breeze out of the west, but still, that's a strong leg, no question. Swanton had a kicker that the Big Ten was actually scouting last week during the half, or a few weeks ago when we played the Bulldogs.
All right, Tigers give it to Reed off the right side, and Reed will pick up a couple. A pivotal time in the game. The Tigers, with the wind in their face, need to develop their running game slightly. They need to come up with something that's going to break through this newly revived Delta Panther team.
Oh, they've got life. You know, you give a team a break here and there, and give them an inch, and then they want a mile. And this would be their season right here. They're going nowhere, but if they can knock off a playoff-bound team, that's huge.
All right, McClory in motion. They're going to give it to Reed again, and Reed battles his way up to the 25-yard line, gain of a couple. But the Tigers facing a third and pretty rough 5 yards to go in this momentum changed third quarter.
This is a big series right here, Spike. The Tigers need at least a first down to be able to, just know that they can drive the ball and to show Delta that they're not going to have it all their way.
Yeah. Well, and Liberty's caught in the spot because, you know, you've got to establish and continue to work on that running game.
Yeah.
But you don't want to sell yourself out to passing too soon all the time to put yourself in third and long situations. Here's a give to
Reed, I believe. There's nothing there.
Yeah, Reed again, and he picks up a couple more, but it's not going to be enough. Tigers now with a 4th and 3 at their own 27-yard line.
Yep, Jacob Howard has, on occasion this season, really boomed some good ones, and even though he's kicking into a breeze, this would be a time for a good punt, Spike. He was hurried the last few times. Delta almost got the thing blocked.
All right, Delta not selling out to the possible fake. And a high wobbler, and a fair catch is going to be called for at the Panther 41-yard line. 32-yard punt into the wind, and I think no return. I think that's pretty good considering.
Yep, that's about what you could hope for. Well, Tigers have almost 60 yards to defend, Spike, and maybe they can force a turnover of their own again here.
Well, they're going to need some kind of a big play. It's time to make a play for the defense. Panthers come out with a double receiver to either side, one protector. Quarterback runs out of the shotgun. He's smacked right at the line of scrimmage. A whole host of Tiger tacklers.
Yeah, 41, Pertzlick, we see his back there. Burdu's going to get up.
And none other than Chad McClory, number 8.
Number 8's
Yep,
always around
Bodenbender
the
in
action.
there. Wow, Tigers with a big play there. You could almost see that coming. A gain of a yard. The quarterback was leaning slightly forward before the snap.
Yeah. Lots of receivers out.
All right, 2nd and 9. Out of shotgun. Has time to throw. Throws the home run ball. He's got a man open, and he can't hang on to the ball.
Yeah, Pertzlick right there just in time too, but boy, that was pretty scary.
Boy, it was. He had a half a step.
Yep, he
But,
had.
you know, there was enough Tigers. There was a Tiger or two in the area, and that may have broke his concentration just enough.
Yeah, exactly. Farm man Danny Irving would have been out there. That'd have been points.
Yeah. All right. Every down is big now. 3:07 left in the third quarter.
Right.
14-7 Tigers. Delta with a 3rd and 8 from their own 43-yard line. Out of shotgun. Man in motion to the far side. Here is the sweep. And enough. Delta, I believe, is going to pick up a first down on that hard-running Godsey's efforts.
Boy, if the whistle was slow, the Tigers think they've got it.
Yeah, I haven't seen any reason to believe that they did get it, even if there was a fumble. And Delta on 3rd and 8 runs for 10 yards.
Yeah, I don't see why the Panthers don't run that Godsey more than they have. I mean, that's a strong guy, Spike. And
Yeah.
they get a couple blocks up front. He just hard to tackle once he gets started.
Well, Tigers will have their opportunity now. Panthers with the ball at the Tiger 45. Motion this way. Give going the other way. Godsey has it, stays on his feet and breaks a tackle, picks up about 7 more yards. Relentlessly, the Panthers are driving right into the teeth of the Tiger defense. So 2nd and 3, and the Tiger defense at the mercy, perhaps slightly, of Delta, because Delta now, they can run about anything they want to.
Well, they're kind of got a drive going here. Joe Bodenbender now replaces Jordan Burdu out there on defense.
All right, they're going to little cross buck coming back this way. Tripped up right there, nothing doing. Damian May.
Yeah, that's a solo tackle. He wrapped him up good and strong right there. Right there to line of scrimmage.
So a loss of about half of the length of the football, and the Tigers stave off the Panthers there. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4. 1:44 left in the third quarter, and the clock continues to run. Liberty Center 14, Delta 7. But the Panthers have had all of the momentum here in the third quarter. Wing package set to this side, to the left. Receiver set, far side, man in motion. Here is the give to the second back, and he stopped right there, Jacob Howard!
Jacob Howard saw that action coming, and he grabbed on. He didn't have good position to make a hard tackle, but
What a play!
you betcha he got a hold of him, and then there were other Tigers to jump on there. You know, sometimes, Spike, traffic is so heavy in there that you just can't even get down. You can just grab him, and Jacob Howard.
Boy, the Tigers are showing their teeth now, and
Yep.
Delta has dropped into punt formation from the 40-yard line.
Wow.
Look for this one to head for the end zone. Damian Mays setting up back at his 12. Here's the punt. Yeah, they go straight down the field on the high floater, and that'll go into the end zone for a touchback.
Well, we got to give it up for the Tiger defense finding a way to make a play there, Spike. But, I guess we shouldn't be surprised. They've done it all year when their backs were really against the wall. The men in black find a way to get her done. And they did there just in time to keep Delta from moving the sticks again and coming ever closer to tying up that score. So the Tiger offense, which really hasn't done anything this half, has got to start putting a drive together here.
Yes. 44 seconds, and the Tigers with the ball for the third time in the same spot of the field. Here is the give to the second back, and the Panthers right there. But good second effort by Sexton, number 2, as he took it.
Almost 5 yards.
Yeah, just about 5 yards on the play, 4.5-yard gain, we'll call it. So a second and a short 6. Clock running with 23 seconds.
Yep, Jacob Clapp in there now at left guard.
Yeah, they continue to run that 3-guard check out here. All right, here is the give to Sexton again. Sexton, I think, was bobbling the football.
Wow.
Oh boy, he had it kind of tucked up against the side of his leg trying to haul it in.
Yeah, that just was not smooth, but gets a yard of it, and that's going to burn the third quarter there, Spike.
And the Tigers will have the wind at their backs here in the fourth period. Well, that a lot of times, if nothing else, changes the psychological feel of the football game. Hey, let's get some sponsors here, the people that make these broadcasts possible, and of course our transmissions on 92.9. We've got the Porch Coaches, Dave's Auto Service with Dave Perry, Railside Meat Market with Bob Miller, cheapest meat in Northwest Ohio. Danny Hefflinger representing Maritime Realty, the Tiger Shop with Bob Shaddy, Holgate Metal Fab with Jeff and Todd Spangler, KK Collision with Kyle Kern, Lou and Ron Bruns with Rainbow Stitches, Henry County Bank with Bill Wendt, Swanton Welding with the Zeider family, The Dugout with Steve and Catherine Parasini, Hill Asphalt Paving with Randy and Patty Hill, Truckers Paradise with Lynn and Jerry Ripke, Speece Trailer Court with Rick Speece, Liberty Center Consulting Group, Mark and Jody Bly, B.A. Miller and Sons Trucking with Norma Miller and family, L.R. Babcock Plumbing and Heating with Bill Tiplady, Dan and Francis Brown, Davis Farm Services in Delta and Liberty with Karen Howell, Pizzanello's Pizza with Craig and Sherry Myers, Miller Brother Trucking with Skip Miller, Mitchell Farm Equipment with Tom Mitchell, Meyer Baden Hop Insurance, Glenn and Napoleon, Bob and Marge Drostics in Liberty Center.
Here we go.
All right, now, to start the fourth quarter, 14-7. Tigers with a 3rd down and 4 at the 26. Here is the give to Sexton. Sexton diving ahead. He'll pick up a couple, but he's going to be short. And Liberty Center with facing their 3rd straight 4th down.
Yeah, Delta has had the Tiger offense at a standstill this whole second half. And that's adjusting, Spike. These Tigers are trying to get her done, but Delta just got an answer for it.
All right, we've got Ken and Robin Carpenter and John Slagle with the memory of good old Donnie Sharp and them stinking rotten no good yellow flags. All right, Howard back to punt from the 15. High snap, hauled in great. Howard with a beautiful spiraling punt. That'll take him all the way back to the 35-yard line. Hit and met on, stopped by Perchlik.
Yep.
What a football player.
That's a good punt, too. You know, that wind probably was good for 5, 6, 7 yards on that Spike, and that's as good as the Tigers could hope for. So the defense is going to have to get that ball back.
About a 40, I'm not sure I got this right, we'll call it a 42-yard punt. Now Delta trails by 7. They have the ball at their own, just short of their own 35-yard line. Wide receiver to the far side, wing package, motion to the far side. Gives to the second back, that's Godsey. Godsey stays on his feet, and he's gonna be up around the 1st down at the 45-yard line. Boy, he just gets going.
Yeah.
He stays behind a guard or a guy escorting him through, and he just keeps tugboating his way ahead.
Spike, I couldn't pick it out, but there was a wave of white shirts over there clearing off that right Tiger front defense in order to get him started.
Well, a gain of 10.5 yards. The ball rests directly on top of the 45-yard line. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, this is going to be a fourth quarter to be
to be remembered. All right, Panthers come to the line of scrimmage. Motion this way. Give up inside, not much there. He's going to pick up maybe a yard or 2, and that is all.
Man, what a spot. He didn't get that far past the line of scrimmage, did he?
No, I don't believe. We'll see where they finally put it down.
Oh, they're
There we go. There
he
we go.
get there?
About a yard on the play. About a yard on the play, that's all.
yeah. All right, we'll let him have it.
Boy, the Tigers will make a couple of great plays, and then Delta finds a way to sift their way through for 10 or 11 yards.
Yep.
Second down and 9. Delta with the ball on their own 46. 10-14 to go in the ball game. Motion this way. Wide receiver on this side. They're going to give the other way. Running room up across the 50 and down to the 49.
Yeah,
a gain of 5.
Chad McClory in there. Brandon Neff getting up.
Well, we knew going in that this was going to be this type of battle. There go the men in, well, not quite black.
Yeah. Yeah, they need some cold weather. They just got to have some cold weather to pull that, Spike. Or some rain.
All right, third down and 5 from the 49-yard line of Liberty Center. Motion the other way. Now they're going to roll this way, looking to throw. Nothing there. Pursuit now by the Tigers, and McClory grabs him from behind, slows his momentum, and the Tigers swarm to stop the first down.
I believe they did get it stopped, but I'm kind of scared with the spot over there on the other side.
Yeah, the ball is going to be inside.
You're going to be short?
The 46-yard line. They are about 2 feet short. It's fourth and about 2 feet to go. The Panthers need to get the ball just across the 45. It's on the 45 and a half. They're going to go for it. 2 wideouts. Quarterback dives forward inside. Second effort.
Well, he was on his knees, and then he jumps forward some more, but I think they give him a spot that's going to be healthy enough to roll him a fresh set of downs.
Yep, that's enough for a first down. Not even our chain gang can stop that.
No,
Well, 8:47. The clock is stopped while we sort things out here. Now the officials get it going.
well, the Tigers have got just about 45 yards to protect yet, Spike. Wasion appears to be ahead of Archibald yet.
All right, here it is. The deep pitch coming the other way. Slowed down out there. We've got a flag on the play. Not much running room at all. Maybe a yard for the Panthers on first down, but we've got a flag that came from the Tiger defensive backfield, and the one of the officials is pointing. Yep.
Yeah, that's going to go against the white shirts of Delta, Spike, and that's a opportune penalty here. It comes at a good time.
You know, Delta has not really used the pass to move the ball in this half.
No, they don't seem comfortable wanting to do that. But, man, if that big back, what's his name
this
again?
Is huge.
There,
10-yard penalty.
Yeah, Godsey. A face shield? Face mask?
I believe a hold. Well, nevertheless, now it is first and 20. Panthers have the ball on their own 45. They need to get it to the 35 of Liberty Center. Now the Tigers have to stiffen up, force Delta to go to the air. Wide out to either side. Quick drop.
Good pressure. Good
throws
pressure.
it out there. Caught! And it's not going to matter. It's caught by Delta. They've got more than enough for a first down. The penalty, I believe, would go against Liberty Center's interference anyway. So
Wow.
now Delta,
Boy, he hadn't thrown a pass in a long time, Spike, and yet it was pass and set of downs there with the yardage they needed to pick up, and all of a sudden he launches one out there and gets her done.
Yep.
Andy Speece over there on the coverage.
yeah, the
Looked like
Panthers,
he had him, but I think
got behind. He got a hand in his face, but a great catch.
Yep.
Down around, got behind him at around the 25, and a great catch there.
well, there's no question that was a strike by the Panther offense. I mean, pitch and a catch right where it had to be for them. Tigers had him in a hole, but couldn't hold him.
All right, plenty of time if you're looking at it from a Delta standpoint. 7:57 in the fourth quarter. 14-7 Liberty Center. Delta, or I should say the time, not a factor. Oh my, breaks loose. Damian Mays slowed him up at the 10, and they'll mark him down at about the 8. So the Panthers are going to have a first and goal. Boy, they came up with that huge pass play
Yeah.
on 2nd and 20. Or first and 20.
Yeah, Tiger defense was given ground grudgingly and thought they kind of had them bottled up there with the help of that penalty, but this second half has been all Delta in terms of,
All right.
movement with the ball.
Tigers are going to have to come up with some of that big defensive magic here. Give straight ahead. They stop him right away.
Chad
McClory
McClory.
all over that one. Wow. That was the wrong place to run the football, not against Man Mountain McClory. A big defensive stop for Liberty Center. And we're going to call it a loss of a yard on the play. That'll push the ball back near the 9-yard line. So 2nd and goal from there. Fortunately for Liberty Center, the Panthers have to go almost a full 10 yards to get this score. All right, hit, Chair. They're going to give it. Again, Godsey goes nowhere. Gave you a yard on the play. That interior of the Tigers defense really buckles down and throws him back.
Yep, they closed the wall right there. I think Perchlik was had something to say there. Neff was right there close. In fact, all those black shirts were right up there saying, I don't think so.
All right, we'll give him a yard. And we'll call it 3rd and goal from just outside the 7-yard line. 4-down territory for the Panthers. The Liberty Center Tigers lead at 14-7, 6:25 left in the game. Straight drop, throws, and caught. It's a Delta touchdown in the end zone.
Yeah, it wasn't even hardly contested there, Spike. I've been bragging about our Tiger pass defense all season long, and it just looks like it kind of taking a break tonight. I mean, the passes are there, but where's our Tigers?
Well, now, only a point after touchdown kick separates the two teams now. I would assume Delta would kick, but with them coming in as the underdogs, you just never know. They trail 14-13. Good snap, kick up and good. So, we're all knotted at 14, and at one point it sure looked like Liberty Center had this one right where they wanted it.
Yeah, it looks like they were going to pile in 4 scores there in pretty good order, but wow, they got 2 of them on turnovers where Delta set them up in good field position. But a thing to really be concerned with here, Spike, is that the Tiger offense has just about not done a darn thing here the second half. And they got to put one together. Now, they plenty of time, 6 minutes and 20 seconds, but they have to execute. They have to move those sticks and get it out there.
Well, the Panthers got it done when they had to, but plenty of time. Liberty Center now has to just come out and take care of business.
Yeah.
All right, now it's crunch time here at Tiger Stadium.
Well, I got this
6:20,
strong kicker
14-14
kicking into the wind
tie.
this time.
A much shorter kick, and that's going to be Spieth to come up at the 15 to grab that. Return straight ahead into the wedge. He'll get up around the 31-yard line where he's brought down.
That's actually the best field position the Tigers have had on offense here, Spike, the second half. We started from our own 20 3 times.
Well, and now, do you kind of take on a different offensive flavor? We need a score. We need to move the football. 6 minutes, 14 seconds, plenty of time to do that. But now, how do you orchestrate it? Do you stick with the ground game? Do you mix up a little in the air? Obviously, Delta's going to be all over Danny Irving. Quick drop by Brown. He throws the long fade for Irving, just out of his diving reach.
Boy, he tried so hard for that, he stood on his head when it was all over with there, Spike. And I think that was a good call. It just wasn't quite there, but I think execute. They've got to, whatever they call, everybody complete their assignment and just do it like it's drawn up, like you practice it every day, and get 10 yards somehow or other.
All right, now the Tigers got to go back to work. It's 2nd down and 10. That's the scourge of not completing that long bomb on 1st down. All right, deep pitch to Sexton. Looks for room, cuts it up inside, maybe about 3 on 2nd down. That'll bring up 3rd down and long for Liberty Center. Boy, Jim, now the pressure on the Tiger defense. Do you want to continue maybe to just run the football this play, keep the clock moving, and then punt it away? but I hate to give the football up, even if we're in
Yeah.
our own territory.
Oh, I think they'll concoct a play that they think can get them this 8-yard spike.
All right, the ball just across the 33-yard line. Liberty Center needs to get to the 40, just short of the 42, 3rd and 8. Motion man is Mason. We've got a penalty flag.
Ah,
A whistle
boy.
blowing the play dead right at the snap, and that'll
I-
probably go against Liberty
I
Center.
hope it's on White, but they're gonna walk the Tigers 5 yards back.
You know, we mentioned it just one time
It might have
briefly,
been a
but
delay of game, Jim.
yeah, it was. That was a call, delay of game, but the Tigers are going backwards. But, you know, this is Delta's playoff game. This is their Super Bowl, however you want to phrase
Sure.
it. I mean, they're going nowhere with the record they've got, but they were a better football team than their record
absolutely.
implies. And they are
Absolutely.
playing these Tigers tough tonight. This second half, they're just playing
All right, Tigers with 2 wideouts. Mays on the far side. Irving here. Quick drop. Here is a big rush, and Patrick Brown is going to be buried back at the 20. Oh, boy.
Yeah, he lost a lot of yards there, but you know, to Patrick Brown's credit, he hung on the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have panicked and tried to throw it, tried to beat Brett Favre or something, and really coughed it up back there. So with a little breeze at his back, maybe Jacob Howard could give the defense some breathing room.
All right, clock just under 5 minutes and running. Howard standing back at his 9. Gets a foot into it. That spiraling punt taken at the 47 and hit right there by McClory at midfield.
Right.
So the Panthers are going to have the ball a yard deep into Tiger territory. 4:49 left in the game, and Liberty Center now with the momentum all Delta. They've got to find a way to come up here with some defense to sustain this game and hopefully at this point get to overtime.
Yeah, Spike, they've got to keep that field goal kicker away from the goalpost there too. He's got a strong leg, although he would be kicking into the wind if they could
All
get
right,
that close.
now for Liberty Center, it's all about making a big play. Motion coming this side. Out of the wing tee, play action, dropping back, has time, now scrambles. He's going to be tripped up and brought down, no gain on the play.
Yep, he got back to the line of scrimmage, but pressure there caused him to lose his footing, and he sort of stumbles forward there.
Aaron Betts, was tripped up, tried to keep it moving. Tigers, for their sake, the clock continues to run. 4:25 left in the game. The ball still at Tigers' 49-yard line. Delta will come to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10. They set up in the wing T formation, wing T to the left. And they give to the first back. Godsey breaks a tackle and is down to about the 42, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and short.
Boy, once Gotsey gets those shoulders pointed forward and a little bit lower to the ground than the way some guys are apt to run, he is a tough load to bring down, Spike.
Yes, he is.
They got him listed as 6'1" and 200 pounds. Well, I think he's all that, but man, he's a tough 200 pounds.
3rd down and 3, and in what is probably 4-down territory at the 42. Delta's football. 4 minutes and 7 seconds. Give to Godsey. Godsey piling forward, and I believe he's going to be stopped short. Yes, he is,
Yep,
Jim.
I
He's
think-
short of the 40.
I think McClory and Neff were able to get him stopped a little short. In fact, it's
It's about a
It's-
full yard.
yeah,
A little
but
over a yard to go for Delta.
all right.
4th and 4 feet for the Delta Panthers.
Tigers got to do it
The
one more
ball
time
short
here.
of the 40-yard line. 3:37 clock running here in a 14-14 tie.
There was a quarterback sneak before.
And now an illegal
movement.
shift.
I think a movement on Delta might
Yeah.
cost him 5 yards.
Yeah, the wideout or the tight end, whatever, on the far
Yeah.
side. Illegal
Yeah.
motion or procedure somewhat.
Oh.
Now that changes things.
That-
Panthers looking at a 4th and 6 from
Yep.
their own 46. Jimmy, do you punt it into the teeth of the wind or do you go for it?
I don't know. I don't think Delta fears our offense much, and we haven't done too much the whole second half, so who can say? But you're right, 6 yards is a darn sight more than just a strong yard.
Well, they're going to forego the punt. They're coming out. 4th and 6. Wide out to either side. Quarterback, quick drop, throws a slant, caught. And that's a Delta first down inside the 40-yard line.
Mikey was wide open. 3 Tigers over there to defend, and only 1 white shirt in the area. Now
Yep,
he knew what pattern he was going to run, kind of the old hook out there. He just run back and turn around, and the ball was right there.
He ran the defenders deep and turned and came back and got the football.
Yep.
Excellent play by the Panthers.
Got deep enough to get across
250,
the stick mark.
2:57, clock running. Panthers with the football, and they call a timeout. Officially now, the clock at 2:52. 14-14 tie, and the ball at the Liberty Center 36-yard line. We'll be back in this white knuckler. We'll get that later. Here we go. 1st and 10 after the timeout from the 36. I'll give to Godsey with a lot of running room, and he's got more than enough for a first down all the way inside the Tiger 25. Still on his feet. A late whistle to blow the play dead. And a 15-yard gain by Godsey. He was hit 14 times someplace.
Yeah, initially somebody was trying to tackle the ball. I didn't quite get the number, but, you know, that's a strong kid, and I don't know what his proclivity to fumbling is during the season, but if he's the league leader in packing the mail, he knows how to tuck that ball away.
All right, now, the ball spotted back at the 21. So it's either my mistake by 5 yards or else they ruled him down farther back. But what Delta's been able to do, they've thrown the deep ball, and then that keeps the defenders back, and then they just throw the short stuff.
88 Quigley fought his block and was able to get the ball carrier as he went through the line of scrimmage.
Well, it's been all Delta here in the first half, while it was all Liberty Center in the first half. 2 entirely different looking teams. Now with 2:04 clock running, Delta comes slowly out. They've got a 2nd down and a long 8 to go. The ball just inside the 20-yard line. They send out a receiver to the far side. 2 running backs, wing back package on the right. He goes in motion to the far side. Here is the give to the 2nd back, and he's not going anywhere either. Liberty Center all over that.
Alan Sharp and Jacob Howard on the stop there.
Now Delta will the Tigers will use the timeout. Let's go over the situation. The ball is on the 20-yard line. Delta has a 3rd and a long 8. They need to get the ball down to the 12.5-yard line. There's a minute and 37 seconds to go and a Tiger timeout.
Spike, I got to think that they're within the field goal range of the Delta place kicker. He's got a strong leg. I believe that's the same fellow that kicks off, who can regularly boom it into the end zone without much wind to bother him.
Well, and that certainly is a factor here. So the Tigers are going to have to be really cognizant of not giving anything up here. Right now, as it stands, on 4th down, if all things remain the same, it would be a 37-yard attempt into a very hard crossing wind.
A turnover would be what the Tigers could really use right now.
We need a turnover play right here.
Yeah. Well, I don't see Delta passing the ball, Spike. I don't.
No, in fact, they may run the ball toward the center of the field. They show a wide out to the far side, wing package right, wing now motion goes the other way. Here is the give to the 2nd back through. They do exactly as we say, on the loose, and he's, oh my, all the way down inside the 10. It's another Delta first down to the 6. Boy, they just continue to eat up Liberty with their running game like no team has done all season.
Yeah, it just looks as though Delta can do about what they want. In fact, this second half, Spike, that's just about what they have done.
Yeah, and that's Liberty could not afford any kind of a gain there to force the 4th and long, but now Delta with everything in their favor. The good kicker, still plenty of time, a minute 17 and clock running.
Fresh set of downs on the 6-yard line.
Yep, they'll continue to run the football, I would think. Here's the give off the right side, running room tackle made down around the 3 by Damian Mays. So the Tigers, They've got, oh boy, now a Delta timeout, a Liberty timeout
Tigers
with
called timeout,
1:02. Tigers know that they've got to conserve whatever time they can, because when they get the football back, if it comes to that, there won't be much left. All right, the Tigers need a miracle now. Delta with a second goal at the 3. They give to the second back, cuts his way inside, spins, and the Panthers go ahead with 58 seconds left. A touchdown up the on the inside left side, and they take a 20-14 lead.
Well, thinking strategy here, Spike, it would have been better to let them score and save the clock.
Well, but you know, you can't think that. Every play they run, there's a chance of a turnover, so you have to play with them.
Yeah, but the Tigers are going to get the ball back with time to get a drive started here.
All right, the all-important snap, kick high, down, up, and it is good. 21-14 Delta, 58 seconds left. Now we need that big miracle in a big way.
Yeah.
Up now. Last time Delta kicked it short, well, short for them, about to the 15-yard line to Speece's side, number 6. I don't think they're going to want to go real deep, but yet they don't want to give you too much field position with a squib. So we'll see what Delta's got on the Coles here. Low line drive, that's going to bounce, picked up by Speece there at the 8. Straight ahead into the wedge, following up. Gets past that first flurry. Speece continues to battle and gets up across the 30-yard line. 51 seconds. The officials stop the clock while they get things sorted out and they get the chain set. Well, early and often, the Tigers are going to have to come up with some big plays.
Yeah, they need some magic now, Spike. It's down to 51 ticks, and they're...
Well, they've got the two speedsters, Irving and Mays. And Delta, you know, they know that they can't let them get behind them. Little slant caught by Irving. Irving at the 42 and all the way up to about the 50-yard line. A gain of 18 yards and the Tigers in business. 46 seconds and the clock stopped while the chains are set. Liberty comes to the line of scrimmage. May spread out wide to the far side. Irving on the short side here. Single setback. Now a quick slant caught by Mays. Mays down to the Delta 42-yard line. And that'll be second down and 1 to go. The clock runs at 33 seconds. Tigers to the line of scrimmage. Brown, quick drop, looks, throws it deep for Irving, just out of his reach, incomplete. The defender all over him. Excuse me, Damian Mays.
Yeah, number 7 over on that side, but good coverage by the Panthers. He had inside position. Tall, strong guy out there was matching Damian stride for stride on that pattern, but incomplete pass stops the clock.
All right, 24 seconds left. The ball just outside the Delta 42. The Liberty Center obviously needs that 1.5 yards for the first down, but they need the big touchdown a whole lot more. So they ran 2 quick slant routes and then the deep fade. They come to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 1. Brown under center. Brown, 2-step drop, has time. He's got Irving out there. Irving looks for running room and gets out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
18 seconds, a first down, a completion at the 30.
That was a class play by Danny Irving. He had to catch that pass first, and there was a couple of Delta defenders there trying to keep him in bounds. He knew he had the first down, but he had to stop the clock.
Well, here we go. 30 yards left for Liberty Center. Brown, 2 steps, throws deep for Irving. Down there, it's caught! Damian Mays caught down and down about the 7-yard line. 12 seconds to go. Liberty Center with time for at least 3 plays.
Yeah, Damian Mays over there.
What a catch!
I don't know how he was able to see that ball. There was a Delta defender all over him and the ball, but somehow or other, number 7 for the Tigers found a handle. Tigers banging on the door.
What a play. Jimmy, was like a windmill out there. The Delta defender about 6'3" and arms about as long as a basketball pole.
How about Patrick Brown, cool as a cucumber, hitting these strikes, just making these passes like, well, it's practice and this is what we do.
Yep. Now, Liberty Center has with 12 seconds. Without the timeout factor, they've got time for probably about 3 shots into the end zone. They'll have to make them quick so they can squeeze as much time out of this clock as they can get.
Now that marker on the scoreboard indicates the Tigers do have a timeout yet. Is that correct, Spike? Or is that?
No, that's just the fact they've got the ball.
All right. We don't know where they're at on
Yeah, I
timeouts, do we?
think they've got to have, I think they've got at least one. All right, Irving spread wide to this side. They set up with May spread wide on the other, 2 setbacks. Brown drops, looks, has time, throws deep. It's a battle.
Yeah.
It's pass interference on the Panthers.
Yeah, the pass interference against the Panthers over here in Irving. And boy, what a good job by Patrick Irving. He looked right, knowing full well that his target
Danny
was going
Irving,
to
I
be
do that all the time.
is going to be to the left, and then he did throw it over here. But we lost 3 precious seconds on that, Spike.
All right, while we sort this thing out, there's 8 seconds showing on the clock. Irving was interfered with in the end zone, and that will give the Tigers new life. Now, where is the ball going to be spotted? Because that certainly is going to have some influence on what happens. We've got 8 lousy seconds left. The ball placed first and goal at the just inside the 4-yard line. Now, Mays spread wide to the far side. Irving spread out over here. 2 setbacks. Brown under center. Here's the snap. Brown, quick drop, looks, throws deep. And that should be another flag. That should be. That should be another flag. Where's the interference? Delta picks it off. Unbelievable finish. Jimmy grabbed him.
I know it. I saw that. It was muscling him there, and I mean, he was using his arms to get some separation. Then he makes his pick, but no call on that.
Oh,
so it goes as a Delta interception in the Tiger in the end zone there.
Boy, the Tigers, they really took it on themselves. They went from the 31, they went 67 yards, 66 yards, and then finally now the lack of a call in the end zone, and the ball turned over to the Panthers. 1 snap, and this thing is over. I can't wait to see that one replayed there. Well, Jimmy, I don't think I've got a whole lot to say as we wrap this thing up from Liberty Center, do you?
No, it stings. It hurts, Spike. Tigers didn't play well the second half, but they sure put a drive together here at the end of the game, and it looked for all the world like Danny Irving was interfered with. But they could say that he was making a play on the ball.
Well, he wasn't making a play at all on that. Well, the referees getting the what they deserved as they get out of here. The Boo Birds from Liberty Center letting them fly. So on that note, we're going to wrap it up real quick here. We'll worry about next week and all the implications when we get to it. But right now, the final score here, Delta 21, Liberty Center 14. Good night, everybody.